Hello, children. I'm back here again with the questions and the second part of the lesson, Lost Spring. Second part is this: I want to drive a car. Now you could see the questions are there for the first part. Question is this: what is Sahib looking for in the garbage dumps? Where he and where is he and where has he come from? Simply, you know the answer. He is looking for some silver coin or currency note. It is no less than gold for him because he depends on that earning. He is in Simapuri, Delhi, and he has come with his parents from Bangladesh. Second question is there: what explanation does the author offer for the children not wearing footwear? She says that the children are too poor to have any shoes. It could also be a tradition among them to remain barefoot. Sometimes they try to hide their perpetual state of poverty. Next question is there. You could see on your screen: is Sahib happy working at the tea stall? The question is he happy? But actually, no, he is not happy working at the tea stall because he is no longer he is master of his own will. He has to work at the instruction of the other person. Now we are coming to the second part, that is, I want to drive a car. Another protagonist, or you can call the main character, is a boy called Mukesh. He insists on being his own master. I will be a motor mechanic, he announces. Our narrator, or the writer, Nis Jung, went to another town of India. She met a young boy called Mukesh, and he told that he wanted to be a motor mechanic. Do you know anything about cars? I asked. I mean, here, the same writer. If he knew anything about cars or driving a car, I learned to drive a car, he answers, looking straight into my eyes. You could see her, children. The other boy she met earlier was looking somewhere else. He's looking into my eyes. It means he is having confidence. He wanted to learn. His dream dooms like a mirage amidst the dust of streets that fill the town Firozabad. Firozabad is a famous city, famous for its bangles. It is a small city of UP and it is filled with dust. It is an old town, hardly having any development. So his dream looms like a mirage. You could see this line. It's a very beautiful line and it is having question also in it. Many times it is asked why it is called. Because he is the boy of a very poor background. You'll learn about him later. Every other family in Firozabad is engaged in making bangles. It is the center of India's glass blowing industry, where families have spent generations working around furnaces. Furnaces means, I hope you know, where the fire is standard. Big furnaces work. Families have spent generation after generation, they had been working for long, many years, welding glass, making bangles for the women in the land, it seems. It seems like that. Bangles and bangles and bangles. in the entire city. No other work is done. Looking as many bangles, the narrator says, it seems as they are making bangles for every woman, all women, or every woman on this land, on this earth. Mukesh's family is among them. None of them know that it is illegal for children like him to work in the glass furnaces with high temperature, in dingy cells, without air and light. They don't know that as they are working themselves in inhuman conditions, the adults, and it is totally illegal for children, those who are working in terrible situation where there is no light, temperature is very high, there is no proper ventilation, that the law, if enforced, could get him all those 20,000 children out of the hot furnaces where they slog their daylight. You could see children slog their daylight. Slog mean here, you know the meaning of dingy? Dingy means dark and dirty. You could see this word. I'm making it a little bit bigger for you. Dingy cells. Dingy cells, the dark and dirty where there is no light, they are enforced. Enforced, another word. They are working here forcefully. They are put into effect. If the law is enforced, they could get him out and other 20,000 children also out of those hot furnaces where they slog the daylight hours. Slog mean work hard at a difficult and means very difficult situation, you can call to work hard in difficult situations, especially very difficult work. The daylight hours are gone. They don't know daylight mean. Often losing the brightness of their eyes. It's very sad that they work in dark cells and many of them lose their eyesight. Mukesh's eyes beam as he volunteers to take me home. When the narrator demanded she wanna go at the home of somebody, there was a beam. Mukesh's eyes beam, there was light, there was brightness in his eyes. He volunteers willingly. He was coming out to take the narrator home, which he proudly says is being rebuilt. He told very much proudly that it was rebuilt. We walk down. We're walking down stinking lanes. Stinking lanes, you might be knowing. Very dirty, stinking, having very unpleasant, strong smell, which is unpleasant. Choked with garbage. These were filled with. Choked with means these were blocked with garbage. Past homes that remain, hovels with crumbling. These were with crumbling walls. Hovels means houses which are very much dirty and unfit to live in. These were, right? He has taken to the hovels with crumbling walls. Crumbling, broken, half broken, ready to fall down. Wobbly doors. Wobbly means weak, which are ready to fall down. Some of the hinges are correct, some are broken. So this was the condition. No windows, crowded with family of humans and animals coexisting in a primeval state. Primeval state Mean the state when earlier in historical age the people used to live with animals. They didn't have separate houses. Like they didn't have any cow shed. They didn't have any separate house for dog kennel like. So they used to live together. So as they are living in very old condition, families crowded with families of human and animals. They are coexisting mean living together. He stops at the door of one such house, bangs a wobbly iron door with his foot. What does he do? He bang. Bang means collide with, to beat with. He wanted to open. He bang. He opened the door with his foot only. The wobbly, the broken iron door with his foot, and pushes it open. And likewise, it was open. We enter a half built shack. We enter a half built shack. Shack mean a small building which is not well built. How broken like. In one part of it, thatched with dead grass. Dead grass, that is like a yellowish kind of thing you might have seen, which is used by villagers to make their thatch. Thatch, a roof which is made with the help of bamboos and ropes and dry grass. छप्पर कह सकते हैं आप इसे हिंदी में. Thatched with dead grass. In a firewood stove over which sits a large vessel. Beautifully written. Firewood stove, लकड़ी का चूल्हा. Over which sits a large vessel. A big vessel was kept over there. Sits a large vessel, it was kept over there, of sizzling spinach leaves. Vegetables were added to it. It was sizzling, making sound while it was boiling. कुछ सब्जी डली हुई थी उस बर्तन में. On the ground in a large aluminium platter. Platters are more chopped vegetables. बड़ी सी ट्रे रखी है या थाली रखी है. कुछ और कटी हुई सब्जियां उसमें पड़ी हैं. A frail young woman. A frail young woman. Frail mean, very lean and lanky. Young woman was standing up there. She was cooking the evening meal for the whole family. She was making preparation for the dinner. Through eyes filled with smoke, she smiles, because it is not the fire of some gas burner. Children, as you are having at home, it's very difficult to tend the fire with wood. And she was having that same, as it is told here, firewood stove. चूल्हा रखा था. And naturally it emits smoke. So her eyes were filled with smoke, but even then she was smiling. She is the wife of... Whose wife is she? She is the wife of Mukesh's elder brother. Not much older in years, she has begun to command respect as the bahu. बहुत बड़ी नहीं है, but as a bahu she has started to get respect. The daughter-in-law of the house, already in charge of 3 men. Her husband, Mukesh, and their father. एज में बड़ी नहीं है, but she is having all responsibility. लोगों की देखभाल करती है. 3 लोगों के लिए वो अकेली responsible है. Husband, Mukesh, and father. When the older man enters, she gently withdraws behind the broken wall and brings her veil close to her face, as it is the tradition in some of the village areas. She has gone behind the wall, टूटी सी दीवार के पीछे हो जाती है और घूंघट निकाल लेती है. As custom demands, it is the custom. Daughter-in-law must veil their faces before male elders. They feel like that. They behave with, they are bound with these customs. If some elderly person is there, she must have her face covered. Despite long years of hard labor, This line is there. In this case, the elder is an impoverished bangle maker. Mean we are talking about the father of Mukesh. इस केस की बात करें तो यहाँ पर उसके फादर हैं जो बैंगल मेकर हैं. Despite long years of hard labor, first as a tailor, then a bangle maker, he has failed to renovate a house. काम चेंज करके देखा, टेलर का काम किया, लेकिन फिर भी कुछ बहुत इम्प्रूवमेंट नहीं हो पाया. He has failed to renovate a house. ढंग से renovate means to rebuild, to repair, to have paint and all. तो बहुत अच्छे से उसको मैनेज नहीं कर पाए. He couldn't send his two sons to school. Neither. He has failed. All he has managed to do is teach them what he knows, the art of making bangles. बस वो इतना ही कर पाया है entire life में. This is the entire earning. What he did, जो उसे आता था वो उसने अपने बेटों को सिखा दिया. It is his karma, his destiny, says Mukesh's grandmother. ये उसकी destiny है, ऐसा उन्होंने कहा. Grandmother, who has watched her own husband go blind. Sorry it is to say that her husband has gone blind. With the dust from polishing the glass of bangles, can a God-given lineage ever be broken? She implies. She is very, very much terribly, you can say, terrible victim of the same system, that she had seen her husband going blind only due to the dust which comes out from this. To work in a dark, dingy cells, to have the polishing dust of that. So she was feeling very bad. Lineage means, the series of the family, that one is coming after another. She is asking this very sad question. क्या कभी ये ऊपर वाले की बनाई एक सीरीज ख़त्म हो पाएगी? Because she has seen her husband going blind. She implies, born in the caste of bangle makers, they have seen nothing but bangles. In the house, in the yard, in every other house, every other yard, every street in Firozabad is spiral of bangles. Sunny gold, paddy green, royal blue, pink, purple, every color born out of the 7 colors of the rainbow lie in mounds in unkempt yards, are piled on four-wheeled handcarts pushed by young men along the narrow lanes of the shanty town. Shanty town is a phrase, an area which is full of small houses. कुछ नहीं देखा है उन्होंने. Nobody had seen anything else except bangles. अपने घर में, पड़ोस के घर में, अपने आंगन में, दूसरे आंगन में, हर दूसरे घर में, हर एक घर में. Only bangles. रेनबो के जो 7 कलर हो सकते हैं, कोई भी. इवन आउट ऑफ दैट, उसके बाद भी जो कलर बनाए जाते हों, हर एक रंग का उनके यहाँ रेनबो बिखरता है. लेकिन वो रेनबो कैसा होता है? It is not seen happily by them in the sky. वो किसी हैप्पीनेस के साथ नहीं देखते हैं. Only they see big mounds. Mounds, lie in mounds. Phrase है बच्चों, ये नोट कर लीजिए. Lie in mounds, a huge pile. In unkempt yards. Unkempt, which are not tended and clean. Uncleaned. This is the word, unkempt. Only in those yards, unkempt yard, they saw nothing. क्या देखते हैं? Even these are piled on four-wheeled push carts, hand carts, जो ठेली होती है, रेड़ी होती है, that is called. Pushed by young men along the narrow lanes. क्या करते हैं? वो यही काम करते हैं. या तो बैंगल बनाते हैं, जो नहीं बनाते वो बेचते हैं. in the entire shanty town. Shanty, a small town full of small houses. गरीब सा area है. And in dark hutments next to lines of flames of flickering oil lamps sit boys and girls with their fathers and mothers, welding pieces of colored glass into circles of bangles. Children, you'll be surprised to know, as the people do some, you know, overtime work, overtime job. They do overtime after the uh, means dispersal of all when the office time is over. Even then, some people stay over there and do the extra work. These people are also doing overtime. See this. In dark hutments, you could see in the center of your screen dark hutments next to lines of flames of flickering oil lamps. Flickering of oil lamps, when oil lamp or candle, when it is burned, it is having a little bit light which flickers, moves. No stability in its light is there. Who is sitting? Young boys and girls with their parents and grandparents. What they are doing? They are welding pieces of colored glasses into circle of bangles. How expert they are, you could see. बचे हुए टूटे हुए छोटे छोटे से पीसेस टुकड़े लेकर किस तरह वेल्ड करते हैं कि once again they make bangles. Such experts they are. Their eyes more adjusted to the dark than to the light outside. They have been habitual. आदत हो गई उन लोगों को. Instead of looking in light, वो बहुत comfortable होते हैं इस dim light में. That is why they often end up is the phrase here, you could see. That's why they often end up losing their eyesight before they become adults. It's a very sorry part, really heart touching. We all love bangles, we like bangles, but we have these bangles at the cost of the eyesight of the other people. There are so many blinds in Firozabad. See, narrator is giving the detail of one more girl. Not such big detail, but a bit is there. See this, Savita, a young girl in a drab pink dress, sits alongside an elderly woman, soldering pieces of glass. Soldering, you could see this word. Soldering means also welding. A young girl is sitting in drab pink, in a little bit, what you can say. Drab pink is dull pink, you can call. She's sitting in that dress. An elderly woman, some grandmother, is sitting beside her. She is also soldering the pieces of glass. She is also doing the same work. She's welding them. As her hands move mechanically like the tongues of a machine. She has grown so expert that her hands are moving like tongues of some machine. तेजी से हाथ चल रहे हैं जैसे किसी मशीन का कुछ particular part है tongues जैसा. I wonder if she knows the sanctity of the bangles. Narrator हैरान हो रही है. क्या इसे पता है क्या importance? क्या sanctity मतलब piousness? क्या importance है bangle की? Of the bangles she helps make. It symbolizes an Indian woman's suhag, as it is having an importance in our tradition, Indian tradition, that the people wear these for suhag. An auspiciousness in young then she is auspicious mean something which is pious, something which is omen. That is there, and it is taken especially in marriages. It'll dawn on her suddenly one day when her head is draped with red veil. When her head would be covered with a red veil, घूंघट, जब वो पहनेगी, जब वो बड़ी हो जाएगी. Her hands dyed red with henna and red bangles rolled onto her wrists. She will then become a bride, like the old woman beside her who became one many years ago. उसकी दादी माँ जो उसके पास बैठी थी वो भी कभी सालों पहले बनी होंगी दुल्हन. तो she might have seen. She still has bangles on her. Who? The grandmother still having the bangles on her wrist, but no light in her eyes. अभी भी बैंगल पहनी है उसकी दादी माँ ने, but no light in her eyes. As you know, children, many blind people are there in Firozabad. What she says, एक वक्त सर भर खाना भी नहीं खाया. You could see this Hindi line is there. एक वक्त सर भर खाना भी नहीं खाया. She says in a voice drained of joy. Drained of joy means without joy. She has not enjoyed even one full meal in her entire lifetime. Sorry. It's so sorry. That's what she has reaped. Reaped, when you are having fruit of your labor. What she found? Nothing. Not even a full meal. Her husband, an old man with a flowing beard, says, I know nothing except bangles. All I have done is make a house for a family to live in. Hearing him, one wonders if he has achieved what many have failed in their lifetime. He has a roof over his head. Yes, number of people among them are there. Those who don't have houses. At least he had got his own house, this old man. But here, this lady has lost her eyesight, as the grandfather of Mukesh had lost. The cry of not having money to do anything except carry on. Carry on is also a phrase. Carry on means to continue. The business of making bangles, not even enough to eat, rings in every home. They have no money. They have no other work. They don't have profitable business except bangle making. This is the ring. Rings mean here, echo. A kind of reverberation you could listen in every home. The young men echo the lament of their elders. Lament mean, to cry with pain. That is lament. They echo the lament. The young men echo the lament of the elders, the same pain they are having. Little has moved with time, it seems, in Firozabad. Years have rolled by, so much improvement is done in the nation, in the country, but hardly any changes have taken place in Firozabad. Years of mind numbing toil. Note down this phrase, children. Mind numbing toil. The labor which makes your mind numb. So years have rolled, they are doing the same work. It has killed all their initiative and ability to dream. Even they don't dream, they don't have dreams in their eyes. Why not organize yourself into a cooperative? I asked a group of young men. The narrator said, why don't you make a cooperative group who have fallen into the vicious circle? Very important word, vicious circle. The circle which is never ending, terrible, of middlemen who trapped their fathers and forefathers. They have been caught in the circle. Their forefathers have been there. Even if we get organized, we are beaten and dragged to jail for doing something illegal. कोशिश की उन्होंने कई बार, but they are shown in front of everybody. They are presented as they are illegal. They are blamed. They say there is no leader among them, no one who could help them see things differently. कोई लीडर नहीं है उनमें, कोई डेयर नहीं कर सकता. डेयर करता है तो बुरा हाल कर दिया जाता है. Their fathers are as tired as they are. All they are carrying the burden of their poverty. They talk endlessly in a spiral that moves from poverty to apathy, to greed and to injustice. Beautiful line, children. Note it. They talk endlessly. There is no end of their sorrows. Endlessly in a spiral. A spiral of bangles is also there. A spiral of their pain is also there. So never ending, which goes on, which is having no other end. Listening to them, I see two distinct worlds. One of the family caught in the web of poverty, and they are burdened. One side is this, and another by the stigma of caste in which they are born. Right? And the other, एक दुनिया ये है, दो अलग अलग poles apart, दो बिल्कुल एक दूसरे से अपोजिट संसार हैं जहाँ they are carrying the stigma of caste. See this stigma mean, you know, children, a beautiful word, stigma. And that is for black mark, कलंक जो ढो रहे हैं वो सारी उम्र से, stigma of caste in which they are born. The other, a vicious circle of the sahukars and the middlemen. दूसरा क्या है? Vicious circle. Vicious circle of what? Sahukars. And the other, the people, those who are means surrounding them with their very shrewd, I must call, or clever strategies. Sahukars, middlemen, policemen, the keepers of law, the bureaucrats, and the politicians. Together they have imposed the baggage on the child that he cannot put down. उन सब ने मिलकर बच्चे बच्चे को इसी काम में फंसा रखा है. अगर वो नहीं करते हैं, छोड़कर चले जाते हैं, कोई नया लेबर आता है तो it is difficult for them to learn this art. That's why they keep them trapped. Before he is aware, he accepts as naturally as his father. इससे पहले कि वो बच्चे बड़े होकर रिबेल कर सकें, they could go against, they accept this burden as it is for them, as their fathers did. To do anything else would mean to dare. If they want to go somewhere else, they are pulled back. कुछ और करना मतलब वहाँ के सिस्टम से टकराना. So it means dare. And daring is not the part of his growing up. And daring is not the part. His growing up means growing up of Mukesh. When I sense a flash of it in Mukesh, flash mean, you know? Flash mean here, when I sense a spark of it in Mukesh, I'm cheered. The narrator was happy. At least a child is there, one who is having some spark. कोई तो है जिसके अंदर वो spark है. She was happy about it. I want to be a motor mechanic, he repeats. He again said. As he said earlier, I want to drive a car. Again, he cleared. I want to be a motor mechanic, he repeats. He will go to a garage and learn, but the garage is a long way from his home. The narrator asked. Narrator is not telling here directly. If you want to learn, say बहुत दूर है तुम्हारे घर से. Do means she's not talking of distance. She's talking about hurdles. But the child is too young to understand. He's so innocent. He says, I'll walk. उसके पीछे छुपे अर्थ को समझा नहीं. उसने कहा नहीं मैं चल कर जाऊंगा. He insists. Do you also dream of flying a plane? He is suddenly silent. No, he says, staring at the ground. He was feeling a little bit down. That's why he started to look down. The narrator asks, क्या तुम्हें प्लेन उड़ाना आता है? चाहते हो प्लेन उड़ाना? सपना है? He denied honestly. बड़े honestly उसने मना कर दिया नहीं. In a small murmur, there is an embarrassment. हल्की सी murmur. Murmur मतलब sound. To speak very low. There is an embarrassment. He was feeling embarrassed. That has not yet turned into regret. Very beautiful line, children. Very beautiful line. There was an embarrassment but no regression. Means still he is having time. He could do if he tries. If the time is gone, then accept regret You know, regret mean when you are having nothing to do, time is gone, regression is left. The other boys, those who have grown up, now they are having regret, nothing else. But still, he is having only embarrassment. If he tries, he could do. उसके पास समय है, अभी पछतावे का टाइम नहीं है, चाहे तो ये कर सकता है. He is content to dream of cars. He is content. He is happy. संतुष्ट है वो कार का सपना देखकर. That he sees hurtling down the streets of his town. He sees that is hurtling down, moving very fast in his town streets. Airplanes fly over Firozabad. Hardly the planes ever go from Firozabad because this is a town which is having no any airports nearby. So he is talking only the possible thing. Now see these some thoughtful questions have been given here. What makes the city of Firozabad famous? Of course, bangles. Mention the hazard of working in glass bangles industry. You already know. They can lose their eyesight. They can have other troubles. How is Mukesh's attitude to his situation different from that of his family? The other family members, they had knelt in front of the problems, but he is ready to take the challenges. Children, you'll have to do these questions like understanding of the text and talking about the text, right? Rest of the questions I'll send you the sheet, and I'm sure you will do that